Hey, little guys. No way. Holy moly. Oh man, dude. Man, that is a really nice bass on an ultralight, dude. What an absolute tank for a little ultralight like that. That's awesome, dude. Wow, that's so freaking cool. Thank you so much. Oh, there he goes. Man, that was so fucking cool. Wow. That was worth getting out of my kayak for.
Whether you saw part one or not, my arm was exhausted from bartending the night before and just driving out to the river and throwing that Whopper Plopper 110 all morning. So switching up to this ultralight was a blast.
Check that out. That's pretty cool.
But before too long, I was back to it. I wasn't going to catch that 20+ inch monster just messing around with the ultralight. I've lost more big fish out here than I've caught. I've been broken off and everything else. So I knew I wasn't going to catch that monster on the ultralight.
That was a cool eat. On the 90. On the 90.
Plus, it's my feel that maybe those bigger bass want a bigger lure. The 90 size is a great in-between. I also like the 75 a lot, but it's kind of like weird big head isn't my favorite thing for smallmouth bass. But I've caught some monsters on the 75. And it's a great in-between the 60, which is tiny, and the 110, which is pretty much a monster bait to be throwing out here. One thing that makes them all so great, though, besides the 60, is that you can throw them all a country mile and cover so much water with them. This was the highest I actually ever floated down the river, though, so that might tell you something. And that something is I like to fish this river when it's low and when people don't want to go down it because you have to drag your kayak over the rocks and there's not a lot of water for these fish to hide in. The only downside to that is the fish are super spooky and they can see you really well. Plus, it's really physically demanding. By this point in the day, the bite had already kind of died down, but I stuck with the whopper plopper like a hardhead. I wanted those top water eats. It was overcast too, and they'll hit top waters all day, but the bite really just wasn't the same the second half of the day. Now, if you're watching this and you want to go get on this type of fishing too, Shenandoah River, it's good. Rappahannock, New River. There's a bunch of other ones here in Virginia. And if you live somewhere else in the country, smallmouth bass are extremely aggressive, especially these river ones that live in shallow water. You can't go wrong with the top water, and pretty much, at least here in Virginia, this bite's good from May all the way to, I'd say, mid-October or so. I'm really not sure like what the good temperature ranges are specifically, but I am sure that I sure love using whopper ploppers. In the summertime, I like to target these river bass, either right above or right below, or sometimes even right in the riffles. It seems like they really just stack up around the riffles in the summertime, and the action can be really fast paced. I caught multiple fish back to back, and I even caught a couple. I think I caught 3 in a row one time on this trip, but I've come out and just hit so many in a row.
Oh. Whoa. Come on now. Whoa, dude. This is a little bit bigger water than I like it. Holy moly.
Not having leg straps on my sit-on top, even like some of the smallest riffles can get kind of scary for a sit-on top kayak like that. I'm riding on the Prowler 13 this day. Recently, I bought a couple of sit-in kayaks, and they're designed for whitewater, but they're not great to fish out of. So I really appreciate the, extra room and stability that, these sit-on-top kayaks like this Prowler 13 give you for doing this type of fishing. Really, though, it don't matter. Anything that floats and you can get out here and throw some lures off of, you're good. You don't even need a boat. A lot of this area you can cover by wading and fishing from rocks on the side and whatnot. You can stop and fish off of rocks and stuff. Really, having something to float down the river, though, with you is pretty sweet. At least on the Shenandoah River. The Southern Fork, most of the floats are pretty tame. Another one. To be tangling with so many of these awesome fish in such a beautiful location, though, is really a gift.
Don't break me off. All right, sweet. Yep. Oh, there he goes. It's all right. did it. Man, about time.
Lately, these river runs sure have been a lot of fun. It's like my favorite type of fishing right now. That's my ride. This is the end of this trip. I appreciate you guys watching.